Welcome to MQuestTV, and I'm your host, Mimi. We welcome Mark Eadicicco as he celebrates his 10th anniversary as the proud proprietor of Practical Magic here at Staten Island. Mark is a Wiccan High Priest and offers his extensive abilities as a psychic and medium for readings and consultations.
Going on 10 years here, and I'm just like so thrilled.
Yeah.
And it's like when I first opened, I think I must have met you right away, because
was it at that point?
Yeah, because we met right away.
Huh.
And so I probably know you a good 10 years, and it just, you and I just clicked.
Yeah,
we clicked, and 10 years later, here we are. The shop is doing excellent. The shop is doing, you know, very, very well. And I think the shop is doing well because people have moved away from just love. Because when I first started, everybody just wanted to know about love.
Oh, I see. You're saying that so many people would come to readings just to find out
for love.
about love. Okay.
Yep. But now it's more career.
Okay.
I think because of the economy, people want to know about their career. They want to know about, you know, which way their job is going, if they should change career. And now with the medium readings, what I try to do is I try to incorporate that a little bit too. So that within that half hour to an hour, they're getting a little of everything, because I want them to leave happy. When you walk into my store, and you can vouch for this, the energy is just so amazing. Yeah. You know, we sage all the time. All my energy is only of the light. At night we sage the shop, and we say no negative energy can enter in to the shop. So, because anytime we have four walls, negativity can fester. And when you're doing readings and people are crying and people are coming in from a place of devastation, they don't mean to leave it behind, but sometimes they leave behind some negativity. Exactly. Not meaning to. So that's my job and Richie's job, to cleanse it. And sometimes I'll even ask my client, you know, would you like me to cleanse you at the same time? You know, because it's not all about us, it's about the client as well.
Right, right. And I wanted to ask you about Wiccan history.
Yes.
Now, and I know we've had discussions about this, but, you know, where did people go wrong over the centuries that they felt it was such an evil to have any connection with witchcraft, with pagan, you know, paganism. Yeah. I mean, why did it come out? And I'm glad nowadays, at the very least, people are becoming a lot more open-minded about it. But for a very long time, I mean, it was such there was such negativity connected to it. Why do you think that is? Well,
me and Richie, we also had this conversation. The propaganda worked very well. And when I never bash any other religion, I think there's one door, many different keys that open that one door. But it basically intimidated people, because in paganism, in witchcraft, everybody participates. It's not just one person. So it's not just a priest when you go to church on Sunday saying the Mass.
Right.
When you do a Wiccan ritual, or the word Wicca, Wiccan, witchcraft, it's all interchangeable. So I think they use the word Wicca now, not to scare people.
Right.
I use the word witch because I feel that it's a word that's really deep-rooted in magic and diversity. And I feel as if using the word witch, we're telling people, hey, you know, we're here, we're still alive, you know what I'm saying? What had happened is, we only hear of the first Holocaust. People don't talk about the witchcraft Holocaust, because 9 million men, women, and children were killed under the wrong definition of the word witch. If I wanted your land, I would say Miriam's a witch.
Right.
And most likely you'd be burned at the stake or stoned to death, and I would get your land. With Sunday Mass, when you go to Mass on Sunday, the priest does all the talking. When we do our rituals, we have 8 Sabbats a year. With Halloween, which is called Samhain, which is our highest of them all, we all participate. So we all get a chance to speak. We all get a chance to do our projections. So that was intimidating to the Catholic Church. Mm-hmm. Because they felt that, you know, they wanted, especially women, they wanted women just to kind of sit and not talk and, you know, just listen to the priest, and that was it.
We're always a threat to society.
Exactly. It was, you know, women were a big threat back then. Mm. So now, throughout the ages, and, you know, having witchcraft stores pop up, and, you know, I have to give a big shout out to Laurie Cabot, because in the 1970s, when it wasn't popular, and she was wearing her capes and her robes, and her black eyeliner walking the streets of Salem, you know, she put her life in jeopardy. Mm-hmm. Because we didn't know, well, not we, she didn't know how people were going to take to her. And a lot of people didn't like it, you know. One story she had told me was she was walking in a grocery store with her 2 little girls at the time, and a man stopped her carriage, and in front of her 2 little girls, he says to her, "I hope they burn you. What? I hope they burn you again."
Unbelievable.
So how could somebody say something so heartless to somebody, like, especially in front of your 2 little girls that you had, and her daughters probably weren't more than 12 and 13 at the time, if that. But we see that. So by education, mm-hmm. and I feel that Richie and myself are educating people, that we're everyday people. You know, we dress nice. I wear my pentacle every day. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't hide who I am or what I am. So that makes it easier to let people know. You know, you run in the grocery store, you run in the pizzeria, and it's become where people know me on a first-name basis now. Mm. And they see that we're not a threat now to society, and they love that. And it's so weird, because the people who come to see me, I have a lot of professionals. I have doctors, lawyers, nurses, and people that you would never think that would be into New Age or witchcraft, whatever you want to call it, the universal law. And, you know, we help everyone. Everyone that walks in my shop, I will help. You know, sometimes I say, you may need a psychologist and not a psychic, but, you know, it's only because a lot of times you're at that end result, and we're here to help. Richie does the front end, so Richie does all the candle work. He puts all the kits together, and I do all the tarot work. So I do the tarot and the medium readings. Richie also does Reiki, and believe it or not, he was actually taught by a Catholic nun. Really? Reiki.
Oh, really?
So it's all over the place, you know, and we're moving forward. Mm-hmm. For people to say it's black magic or anything like that, that's ignorant to me. Mm. There's no... I say people are the devil. You know what I'm saying? People are the ones who make their own misfortune. Right. So by us living our lives every day as a witch, it's commendable. Mm-hmm. And we just let people know, hey, this is us. You know, we wear our money, we go away, we do things that normal people do because we are normal people. It's just a religion.
Right.
That just got a bad reputation.
Right, right. Now, what about the candle magic and when you're teaching people about that, how do you put that into contemporary terms so that, well, first of all, people understand that you're not doing anything evil, first of all.
Right.
And second of all, how do you help them use this tool to help themselves in their lives?
Well, I think that candle magic is probably the easiest form of magic. But when people come to me, whether it's to buy a candle or to be taught candle magic, I let them know that if you do something bad, it's going to come back to you threefold. No matter what you do, good or bad, it's going to come back threefold. People ask me all the time, are you a good witch or a bad witch? And my answer is, are you a good person or a bad person? Why would you want to do something bad and harm someone and get that back on you? So I make sure to let people know that when you do your magic, whether it's candle magic, herbalism, mojo bags, spell kits, everything has a repercussion.
Yeah. It's a consequence.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's you have to really know what you want, and especially love spells. You know, people will do love spells and then 6 months later get the guy, and they may not want them 6 months later. So I always say, watch what you wish for, because you just might get it.
Please stop by Practical Magic, the witch shop of Staten Island, and say hi to Mark, and peruse his full line of spiritual and New Age products. Don't forget to book your very own psychic reading with Mark Eadicicco. You'll be glad you did. There will be many more segments with Mark on MQuestTV, so keep watching. Please visit MQuestMedia.com, where you can find articles, special events, and our monthly internet radio show Hidden Mysteries with my co-host, Reverend Maria D'Andrea.